the former D.C. delegate to Congress. For folks that don't know, that's the equivalent of their congressperson because they don't have Congress people. He had to hide out for a month and was presumed dead. He finally got out. I know you know about this, but he said that he had to hide out because they were killing all blacks on sight. That's now been confirmed, and that's one reason there's such a resistance to the al-Qaeda takeover in the country is because they're not giving them quarter, and they're just dragging any blacks they find out, men, women, and children, and there's giant dead piles of them all hacked up everywhere. And our media says, well, this is quite liberal and loving. Obama's doing it. So that's the black cover they needed, as we said in the Obama deception that breaks all this down. And we even show and say Libya will be invaded. Actually, Tarpley did in the film. It's incredible how he predicted that. But it's just amazing that as long as they say it's liberal, then you can do anything you want. It's just it's beyond ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, and Fauntleroy also said he saw evidence that it was French and Danish commandos in Libya that carried out some of these atrocities, some of these beheadings. I also understand that U.S. Special Forces were in Libya and are in Libya today. Now, here's how you know about the casualties. There were casualties sustained among these Americans. I've been told that they're being reported as U.S. service people being killed in training accidents in Europe and other places.
No, that's how they always do it. But I've talked to the Army. I've talked to the Army induction officer where the dead bodies come in for processing, and he said 4 months ago he'd already taken 5 into his office. And then just last week, they went ahead and admitted U.S. Special Forces are on the ground, and they've always been there. So you've been proven right on that again. Wayne Madsen of WayneMadsenReport.com. In closing, as part of your globe trotting, your global surveying, you've also gone to Japan, and we know the EPA months ago said that, oh, well, we'll just raise the levels of radioactive isotopes 1,000 to 100,000 times what it previously was. We know milk and food all over the U.S. has had as high as 50 times safe levels of different isotopes, and now they're reporting, we've got some graphics we can show from the news while you're talking, that as water pours in, it's continued Chernobyls on top of Chernobyls, and a lot of the Japanese government has now had to resign, admittedly lying about this. We just had a French nuclear weapons processing system with MOX fuel, plutonium blow up. I mean, we had a Canadian reactor have a big spill. I mean, something weird's going on here. It's almost like somebody's sabotaging things, or I guess it's that thing of when it rains, it pours. Wayne, what do you see going on here since you went to Japan?
Well, one thing, I've been through Narita Airport in Tokyo many times, but I haven't been to downtown Tokyo since 1984 until this trip. And one thing that really shocked me was Tokyo used to be a bustling city, people everywhere. My first reaction was, where are all the people? There wasn't all the traffic that I remember. I mean, yes, they've done some stuff downtown to alleviate traffic, but I asked the question, where are all the people? I was told, look, many people have moved to southern Japan. Those who are able to get out have left. They've gone down to Kyushu Island, southern Honshu, and even into the Okinawa Islands.
Well, that's a huge story. So there's a giant exodus, and I've seen some reports, but they try to whitewash that. So the Japanese didn't believe their government day one, and it looks like they did the right thing getting out of there.
Absolutely, and like I say, the lack of traffic, the lack of people. You remember this Tokyo subway system was so packed at rush hour they had to use these cattle prods to force people in.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore, because there's not the traffic in the subway system that there used to be.
Well, we know there's massive radiation sickness and there have been deaths. And why didn't the government just tell the truth from the beginning? I mean, why does government have this compulsion in all eras, in all times, in all civilizations to lie, even when the truth would serve them? Because it just came out that they lied instead of responding.
Well, I think the same thing happened in Japan. Is what happened in the Gulf of Mexico. Obama allowed BP to run the show down there. BP was lying about the catastrophe there. These reactors, this is General Electric reactor technology. General Electric was calling the shots over there. They didn't want it out that these reactors are inherently unsafe. And who is Obama's chief of jobs, the jobs program, who's his good buddy, Jeffrey Immelt, the CEO of General Electric.
Who, by the way, is moving the entire X-ray division of General Electric to China, who, by the way, is advising, and even Dennis Kucinich came out and said, hey, how about you create some jobs here in America? I mean, these guys do anything they can to shut this country down. In closing, why do you think that's the case?
Well, I think Obama and the people around him, Geithner and Bernanke at the Fed and all these other people, what they've done is they've turned the U.S. government and many state governments into wholly owned subsidiaries of major corporations. And we are the basically low-paid or no-paid employees of this oligarchy that has seized control over the United States.
That's right. And if you do happen to make money writing a book or starting a business, then they steal your money and give it in banker bailouts and corporate welfare to General Electric and people and General Motors to move out of the country. These people make me sick. And that's something the Republicans will never tell their constituents. Limbaugh and all of them sit up there and praise the Fortune 100 when the Fortune 100, to a company, are a bunch of anti-American, anti-free market, monopoly men trash and the enemy of every single free human on this planet. They are usurpers who have hijacked this country and finance al-Qaeda to menace us into submission. Wayne Madsen, it's always great talking to you. I'm glad you're back in the U.S., and I look forward to speaking to you in the future. Anything else on Japan or Obama or any other tidbit that you'd like to, in closing, have the final word on?
I would just say that next year, the Obama movie that was released in Japan, Young Obama, is going to be released here in the United States. United Artists bought the rights. It's going to be released. It's going to be that version at the U.S. Embassy. And then the ambassador, a guy named Cameron Hume, who's no longer there, but he was the ambassador at the time, wanted to have these two scenes removed from the movie. It's going to be released here in the United States for the election campaign, along with that other movie they're producing about how Obama killed Osama, or had him killed.
And by the way, they admit the government's involved financing that with the great Hurt Locker people. And, of course, they're going to force feed the Obama Jesus child to the children in school, like Al Gore's stupid video. Wayne Madsen, great having you on with us. WayneMadsenReport.com. Look forward to speaking to you very, very soon.
You bet, Alex.
All right, there goes Wayne Madsen, my friends. Well, that's it for InfoWars Nightly News. Aaron Dykes will be sitting in for me tomorrow night with some special reports and also a 2-week review since the September 1st launch of InfoWars Nightly News. You, the subscribers, make this possible. Please spread the word about InfoWars Nightly News, InfoWarsNews.com, and PrisonPlanet.tv. This is a true revolution in alternative media that transcends the left-right paradigm that is outside the box. Only the truth can set us free, and action with that truth can really empower humanity. Great job to the crew. And again, thank you to all the subscribers. We'll see you back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, right here at InfoWars Nightly News.